What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming, and we're back with the Retribution after our little impromptu week off last week. Couldn't be avoided, unfortunately. We have been dealing with the Crooked Moon up in the mountains, and doing pretty well against them, although we did kind of, sort of, maybe auto-resolve some of them, which is fine. It's fine, it's good. We can handle that. In the west, we have Drementfh Drakbeard out here that we are going to try to get out of dodge from Skaven near Skaven Blight. Now, hopefully we can get him back onto the water, which helps us out right there. And we can pull him back and get him back to Maragliano, and in turn, get him re-supported. Now, we don't have access to a lot of cool stuff just yet. We're gonna have to start upgrading some buildings because we do have some coin available to us. But with Drementfh on the water and headed back home, well, back to our territories anyway, shouldn't do too bad. Now, Thorium, Grudgebearer, is gonna be trying to take back Barrack Var and all these areas away from the Skaven that we've been dealing with. I didn't want to zoom on him, but that's fine. Barrack Var would be nice to take back. It's got dyes. It's not really that special, but it is kind of important on our march south. We gotta kind of hold this area in the middle. And before we take back Carrick 8 Peaks, our upkeep is still pretty heavy. So let's look in here and see what we can get him. We'll get him another set of warriors and twos with great weapons, and we will get him a grudge thrower. That'll help out in dealing with everything that he's got to do. Karaza Karak is still suffering some control issues because provincial instability, which will go away here shortly, we hope. And yeah, income's being collected, level of control's down. So we might have to start looking at upgrading them, but we do have some special buildings that we can put in place there. We want all of the special buildings here, so we gotta kind of just hold off. And the Pillars of Grungi we don't have to deal with. But Belegar Ironhammer's armor, we can go in and fight pretty well against these. Our front line will have to suffer a little bit, but we do have the No Grimlings Ironbreakers. So what do we got for Skaven? Yeah, it's not too bad. We got one. Our Runesmith is hurt. We do have the pair of Grudge Throwers. Getting rid of Grutter would be good, but we're not going to be able to do that till next turn anyway. We don't have the movement for it, so he's just going to have to sit there. What we do want to look into, though, is Maragliano. Right now we're getting 100 income off that. A lot more growth could be coming in. More growth and casualty replenishment. We're going to worry about that. Let's look at our diplomacy and our quick deals and see what can be done. Yeah, we're not allying with the undead.
Servant of Nagash, the nation calls.
And it doesn't look like we really have anything. So we are just going to let the other nations go and see how it works out. Shouldn't be too bad. Pyrrhic victory up in the mountains here. Oh, this is John. You know, we'll take the Pyrrhic victory with the auto-resolve, because that ensures that he lives. And that's more important than anything else right now, is that Drementfh lives, gets back to Maragliano, where we can get more troops in his army, and then still use him to hold the west. Because he's basically holding the entire western shoreline. Decisive victory. Yeah, we're just gonna... do we want to fight that one? They've got a couple of slingers, a couple of death runners. It's an underweight reception. Yeah, we're gonna fight this one. Because we can, and it'll be good. And if we eliminate this army completely, just let the siege weapons that we have go after it, we then have free access, essentially, to the 2 Orc and Goblin armies and Mount Squighorn, which will allow us to complete the Silver Road and start pushing back, because the High King is now following Belegar Ironhammer instead of, you know, ruling over all of the Dwarf lands. do have some immortal heroes and everything too, so we can kind of sort our way through this. We'll keep our weakened units in the back, well, in the center really, with our runesmith, and hopefully be able to hold. And otherwise, we're just going to set up as close to our firing line as we can and let our artillery do some damage. We might set our wounded units and our runesmith up near our grudge throwers. Because the grudge throwers have a fair bit of range, and we're going to want them up front. First things first, our iron breakers and our... let's put our weakened unit on the outside there. So that works there. We'll want our iron drakes and our rangers to do some damage. We'll take, wait, we already had that off. I apologize, it's been a little bit since I've gamed. I've been busy trying to get our life sorted out, me and my fiance. We're doing well, but it's just taking a little bit of effort to get everything sorted and ready to go, and we are still waiting on the lady in the unit that we're going to be moving into to sort things out so we can get all set up and doing our thing.
Battle ready.
Now our two weakened units, we're just going to keep you here, and our slayers, we're going to set you up on the flank. Iron drakes will go over here. Our runesmith will be right there too to help fight off any the lurker below that happens. Are they moving? Kinda, sorta. Alright, so let's pause real quick and advance our front line up here. And we just want to keep everybody kind of where they're going. We do want the Iron Drakes as open shooting-wise as they can be. Belegar, we're going to get you up front and center there. Leave you guys where you are, and we'll advance our Quarrelers as well. Let's try and force these vermin to come at us. Don't think they will. So let's advance our Grudge Throwers. And let's actually group their security detail. Okay, not quite close enough. So again, we'll just advance our infantry line. The Iron Drakes is the ones that we really have to be careful of. Not too worried about getting the Slayers right into combat because they're a little bit weakened. We do want to get Thorium Grudge, or not Thorium Grudge Bearer, Belegar Ironhammer up front. We're going to advance our Grudge Throwers there and keep their security detail close. And there we go, they're able to start hitting the rats. Might suffer a little bit of magic from the Greyer Seer. But as soon as I get into firing range of all of our Quarrelers, things will be a bit different. Let's advance our Slayers up a little bit. Alright, our Quarrelers are starting to shoot. Iron Drakes are popping off.
Scum!
Let's let our Slayers deal with them as much as we can. We do have Sifbar 42 pounders. And where is that coming down? Let's just advance those three and see if we can get them out of the blast zone. This should be a pretty easy victory. See if we can actually kill that guy off. Ah, it doesn't look like it. So didn't lose a unit, lost 62 dwarves, but we should be okay. Our grudge throwers did some work, iron drakes and our iron breakers did well as well. That should, in theory, wipe that army out. Pretty sure that's what happens in underway interception battles. If not, it'll be left with a few slinger armies. Majorca, yeah, we're not surviving that one. So they're just gonna keep savaging the inner areas here.
Know this.
Alright, looks like we've got a lot. Those ones we're not really too worried about.
Incarnate.
Stop that.
Alright, so we've got one
Now, why?
Orc and Goblin army there at Mount Squighorn. What's the garrison like? Oh, it's pretty decent.
What?
These armies are still pretty ravaged, so we want to take it on as quickly as we can.
Bring him!
We'll encircle them for now, and then we'll come back to this, whether we want to auto-resolve or finish it off.
Begin.
Joneth Drakbeard, we are going to get you
For clan honor.
back home. Because you've got some Slayers, and that's about it.
Anad, the axe thirsts for war.
Now, granted, you do get some bonuses with Slayers, but I don't want to do that just yet. Purebeard, Mason, Wallbreaker. I think we're just going to do hard to hit for you right now, and
Time
for
for a
the Thane
reckoning.
that you have, let's give him Resolute so he can charge a little bit better.
What?
We'll repair that up.
Get out me head!
Because Lucini got bopped. Sartosa got bopped as well, but Sartosa is a much sturdier place. Since we're doing some trade, we'll upgrade that. And our Garrison Lord is
Grimnir's
our
axe
High King.
thirsts.
Now, are there any... There is a massive army heading up towards Karaza Karak.
The High King acts.
Get you a unit of Slayers. You can't really take that army on just yet. Get you another sizable little army upgrade. Now we got to go over to our capital at Karak Izor. We want to get our dwarf hold up. Because once we do, we can start getting more heavy dwarven troops. Now let's look at our diplomacy.
This night. Hearken the blood. Ready.
Master of Seals.
We could get a peace treaty with Clan Verms. They have one settlement. Where is there one settlement, though?
No greater rat than me, all will bow.
Don't know.
Now,
I'm not too worried about them. We're not gonna worry about that.
To war.
You can't recruit anything in that stance. With Belegar. It's a decisive victory. Which units will we lose? Axe Guard and Dwarf Warriors that we haven't really given names to yet. I kind of just want the clean victory. We're gonna have to take it like that. We'll occupy it.
Belegar Ironhammer.
Can't really recruit anything on the run right now. Now, what were we doing with the garrison, or the structure of Karazakarak? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's one more, which I think we were going to put as the siege workshop. So let's start getting the siege workshop in place.
Zulrikas.
Belegar himself. We need 6 points in the previous tier before we can start getting this. And we do want to get the... It's not blessed by Grungi, it's not honored by Grimnir. Slayers, Giant Slayers, Hammers, and Ironbreakers. Yes, we want honored by Grimnir. So we're going to need 3 more in here. Bolt Throwers, Giant Bombers, Quarrelers, Thunderers, and Ranger units. Extra ammunition. I also kind of want to do that, but... difficult decision, because... let's actually look at getting our Dwarf Infantry up. Making them a little bit stronger.
Lund's heir.
Make him slightly faster.
True king of 8 peaks. Ironhammer.
Yeah, Grimnir finally on there. And the commandment here, of course, we're going to go for the growth one. We might have to go back and retake Karazakarak. Depends on what happens here. We still have a fair amount of grudges that are popping up. And with that Beastman army kind of cutting the gut out of our
I am revenge
area.
incarnate.
No, we don't want to get on side with the undead. So there's not an issue there. Because really, ideally, I would be able to push south towards Karak 8 Peaks. And once we do that, things will tip heavily in our favor. So we had a caravan arrive, which is good. Okay, that army pulled back,
Not enough warp stone.
which is fine. We'll have...
It is time.
the High King deal with that. Now, Zborik's probably going to fall. I'm not too worried there. Let's get Drementfh starting to recoup here. Let's put him into March stance. Before we do anything else, let's go into the forge and see if we can start building some of the better weapons here. We need some salt or some obsidian. The Gatekeeper's Hammer, frostbite attacks, melee attack, and the chilling aura. Let's actually forge that for Drementfh. He's been doing some great work over there. What can we do for armor? Star metal plate. Oh yes. We're gonna forge that. Talismans. Let's take a look. We're still missing salt. But we could make an Iron Warden's Wardstone. Doesn't really help us there. Dragon Slayer's Fang. Can't bake that one. There's nothing in there. Character runes. We've already got runes on him. Banner runes. Let's actually grab that one, just so we can put it in Belegar's army. And we don't want to trash anything right now, but let's go into Drementfh.
One rug.
And he's got 1 unit of Dwarf Warriors. Let's get 1 more. And a couple of units of Quarrelers. And we'll grab 1 more of Great Weapons and a couple more Quarrelers to get him all sorted back out. And we'll go into his weapons and armor. Give him the Star Metal Plate. And the Gatekeeper's Hammer. And the Enchanted item. Nothing that we really need. But as far as his ancillaries go, we can now give him a Rune of Battle, which will help out a lot. Give that to one of his Slayer units or these Dwarf Warriors and call it done.
For the wisdom of the land.
Belegar's army has taken a slight little bit of a beating. There's lots of trolls in there.
No!
Can't get any more there. So we're just going to let him kind of
Lord of the England.
recoup a little bit.
One rug.
The High King is not exactly going forth with his best army to date. Let's grab him another... That's going to take 2 turns. He can't do anything right now. He's just got to hold out against them.
Won't listen!
Now, we just got Call Upon Oaths of Old. Now, Marching Songs is going to be good for every one of our infantry units. And we were going for... That helps all of them. Because we were trying to go for Iron Ready... Or was it Iron Price? Yes. So, Marching Songs it is. We'll get some speed up.
Ready.
Just let everything go. And we'll let the other nations go and see how it works out. I mean, we got about 20 minutes left, so... With any luck, we'll be able to do something good in those 20. Yeah, we're not even going to worry about that. If you take that, our High King might be able to go in and take that back. Like, Varenka Hills, the entire lowlands area is just under siege. If Belegar's army can get to Carrick 8 Peaks and reclaim it for us, we can then turn it into a fortress and start expanding throughout all the mountains. I mean, we've got the Exiles of Khorne everywhere. Okay, so let's actually look at some of our grudges. 5 battles against Clan Moors. Raid any region belonging to the Greenskins. Actually, that might not be too hard to do, except for there's a lot of orcs and goblins up here. Alright. So let's rename these guys to the Axe Guard. These Dwarf Warriors, let's call them the Grim, because they are. What can we do to reinforce our High King right now? We've got 2 units of artillery. We've got 4 Quarrelers with 1 set of Rangers. We need some basic infantry. So that works out there.
Onward.
And Drementfh, we are just going to get another... Actually, let's make it a unit of each. So we might have to go to Tobero and just take it. Wait. This settlement here has been taken by the followers of Nagash, so what's that?
Bearers, let's march.
Now, we know that Varenka Hills was just taken by the rats.
Send me to
We don't really have the forces to take it back. So we'll wait and see what happens. Alright, we got a close victory. I'm thinking we just take it. Are we going to lose any forces? No, we'll take it. Slaughter off all those greenskins. And those Beastmen just keep moving west. You know what, we're going to have to take that migration. We've got a lot of grudges to raid the greenskins. Now, when Dusty comes in, that's going to be a hell of a fight.
Revenge incarnate.
Beligor is just getting more points in Axe Lord. Should help him out.
Lord of the Ungrund.
Want you to be able to move a little bit more.
Very well, I will do as you ask.
Moonmaker
Beligar Ironhammer.
for negation. That's a pretty well-off army, too. What do we got for diplomatic options here?
Opened. Who calls? Chosen.
Just so much going off right now. Let's go over to Thorium. Can we get more reinforcements here for you?
Retake the realm.
You have Arimanius Blackbeard here, ready to go and do some work for us.
For clan honor. Die, scum! And add.
Drementfh should be able to start taking on some of these armies. Like, there's a lot of artillery and feral Bastillodons. Oh, and you don't have. Oh, you have Slayers. So this isn't insurmountable. The Bastillodons and the Trolls could be taken out by the Slayers.
Ready.
I think we just gotta go for it and then go after there and start pushing into Zavoric and everything eventually. I just don't want to leave this army too weakened.
Curses.
Yeah, let's send Drementfh down to near Riff-Raffa. And we'll just claim that.
Yes.
Send you back up towards Maragliano.
It is time.
Get you Foe Seeker.
The axe thirsts for war.
They're probably going to assault us here. But we'll have to do that. We're going to save as much cash as we can because we're probably going to go into arrears for this. Because our army is starting to get big again. Oh, they pulled back the army. That helps. Okay, the Wild Hunt begins. We have so many. Of course, their army is getting.
Against council orders.
Kill! I answer to clan and hold.
Foolish thing.
Now, I doubt that we'd be able to take that army on if they've got a garrison here.
No.
Because we need them to come out after us. We're still trying to bring the Chaos Corruption here down.
The High King acts.
Drementfh, let's get
Very
you back
well.
in Maragliano. Alright, let's see. What can we do?
Ha ha!
It's dealing on so many fronts, and the fact that we can't build a fourth army because of our upkeep, that's causing all the issues.
You're not
Now,
right, Ned.
how many settlements do they have left? Crooked Moon has 4 left. They're at war with Clan Moors too. They're at war with us and the servants of the Conclave.
You are not
Lord of the Glade.
servant.
We're not getting anything really to help us out here.
Hornet.
Let's actually get
Speak up,
peace with these
or I'll
guys.
take your tongue. That's right. Hornet am I.
Do we want to do a peace treaty with them?
Master of this clan. Lord. Good, yes.
Yeah, if we take a peace
My
treaty with Clan
democracy.
Burns.
By the comet.
Moderate chance of success for a defensive alliance. What are we looking at? Military alliance. Oh, not that
What?
great. There's not much that we can do there. Okay, so that's now phased out.
Lady of the
You do well to kneel before me. Oh, I thought those were your knees.
Alright, so let's just let the other nations go, see how it works out. That works in our favor. We need to take that because I'm not sure that we could walk through it unscathed. Sylvania and Reichland are going at it. Our nation has been split. We're just losing more and more territory to the damn Beastmen. Ackendorf has an undercity.
Aye.
It's going to cost to get rid of. It's worth it to get rid of that.
Throne bearers. Let's
Alright,
start.
the High King. Undead. Foul. Grudge against the foul, yes. Take that. They have...
Not my fault.
Queek has another army there.
Ready. Target these oath splitters. True king of 8 peaks.
Clan Rictus Supreme.
They're at war with each other? Yes. That actually helps us out. Clan Moors is coming up from
Plan
here.
scheme is discordant. Think decide again.
If we went down here... Oh, that is a full army under Skarsnik. Never mind.
Billigar.
Still our territory. Yeah, we're gonna have to sit and watch that one.
Grudge bearer.
Alright, Drementfh is doing okay.
I
Looks
live
like they're
to
going in to
serve
take care of the
Thorium.
Skaven. If they do that, then we might actually be
You
okay.
stand before the king in the woods. Speak, and I shall consider
A small gift is
your request.
1158. Don't have that much, and we're actually sinking in gold, so hopefully we can just go through this, and let's compress
Send me to vengeance.
some of those. Okay, now we're in the positive again. We're just gonna let the other nations go after repairing all this. I'm curious as to what the Wood Elves are gonna do. I would love for them to go in and just hit Skaven Blight.
Only true vengeance will make me happy. Is that what you...
a couple of Glade Lords in here. This is pretty decent. So it does look like they're going to try and take on the Skaven at some point. We did get marching songs, which helps us out. Now, there should be... That's growth. Hero action cost. Gromo picks. Mining charges, storage vaults. Thought there was more that we could do. For our... Well, that's upkeep for long guard units. We'll get heavy cornerstones for now.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Now, Belagar's army here. We're still dealing with Skarsnik down there. That sucks. Where does the high place start? Can we get there in a raiding stance?
Setting forth. Our ancestors would be
We
proud.
can. So if we go here and raid, that'll get rid of a bunch of grudges and complete those. How are we looking with Thorium? Queek is still there.
You. Bad idea.
Aye, that is an agreement. Fulfill my drinky oath.
Alright, so we got another rank of
Onward.
Assassinate. That helped out. Let's get him Ancestral Grudge in case he goes into a fight. And let the other nations go. It's going to be a lot of sitting back and letting our forces recoup right now. Just keep losing more and more turf. We're still making money. I'm almost debating whether or not it's going to be better to go fight those Beastmen and take them on, because the Myrmidons going down sucks. And Iket's coming in on Drementfh.
No.
I think we're actually going to leave it on that cliffhanger for right now. So many fights left to go on. I think that's where we're going to call it. So if you liked the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, appear in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. And make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.